Welcome back to the Oratory School for this year's More Family Office Spring Challenge, bringing together the 14 best professionals in the country to play off half handicaps for a £20,000 prize pot. This is the last of the first round matches. We have 5 winners already through to the quarterfinals, plus 2 seeded straight through. That's Rob Fay and Bryn Sayers. Winner of this match to play Jack Josephs in the quarterfinals. Winner of that to play the winner of Nino and Bryn in the semi-finals. This is taking place in the bottom half of the draw, as the players have disappeared momentarily to take a quick bathroom break midway through the knock-up. Reminder of the action so far tonight. We saw Lewis Gordon win the last 10 straight games in his match against Craig Greenhouse in straight sets. And then Claire Fay on her home court overcame Tom Durack also in straight sets, setting up a match on next Wednesday. Last match of the day, Darren Long and Henry Henman. Winner to play on next Wednesday. Should be underway again very shortly. As we await the players to return to the court. Been good support so far from the Oratory spectators. If you are in the Oxfordshire area, do come down. Your ticket will last through the whole tournament. Matches to be played next week and the week after. Contact the Oratory Pros for more information. So the players were halfway through their knock-up. They've just gone off to have a toilet break. Henry Henman returning to court to finish that other half of the knock-up. Darren Long should be rejoining shortly as well. This match is played off handicaps, so Darren will be owing a quarter 15 when he returns to the court to get underway. So let's introduce the protagonists for this particular battle. Starting at the receiving end, Darren Long, professional from the Moreton Moral Tennis Court Club. Hosted the World Doubles Championships last week. Marked one of the semi-finals, and the final was the assistant marker in the other. He's had a pretty good career. No open semi-finals though. Winning the Category A Open 3 times in a row. Had the unlucky draw of Camden Riviere at the US Open in Chicago and lost to Will Flynn, who went on to reach the quarterfinals, having been a qualifier at the most recent British Open. Hasn't had the best season so far, but looks to put that right. Made the final of this competition last year. Henry Henman professional here at the Oratory School, 19 years of age. And a rising star in the sport. Can play a little bit hot and cold at times. Can pull off some fantastic results against better players, but also has a tendency to drop matches to weaker players, as he did to Paul Rosedale at the Australian Open. Again to Zach Edel at the 0-9s earlier in the month. Never shared a court before, according to this graphic, at least not in a level match. Henry's young on the scene, looking to make an impact. Marker for this match will be Tom Durack from the Petworth House Tennis Court. Should be underway very shortly. This will be Henry's first appearance at the Moore Family Office Challenge. Last year hadn't yet turned professional, so wasn't eligible to play. Just coming towards the end of his first year as a professional. Played the circuit, picked up pretty much every tournament that he can. Good results and some 4-1s. Notably took out Nino Marola in 5 sets at the British Open. Lost to Paul Rosedale at the Australian Open qualifying. Did well at the US Open and then bundled out of the 0-9s. So up and down season, would like to finish it on a high on his home court here. So his adopted home court. He was previously at Bradley and Oxford.
We had a bit of planning. And I did that.
Just about to get underway.
You can have a little sweat. Who's serving, guys? Henry. No, I'd rather you do. Okay, welcome to the Oratory Tennis Club. The Moore Family Office Spring Challenge at the service end from the Oratory, Henry Henman. And at the receiving end from Mortimer, Darren Long. The match is the best of 3, 6-game sets. The handicap is 0-15 in Henry's favour. Henry, I think Henry's. Henry giving away, sorry. Darren giving away, sorry. Come on, Darren!
Over the handicap.
Darren giving away, sorry.
Should be Darren owing quarter 15.
No, because it's quarter. No, sorry. Somebody just check, sorry.
Yep.
I think Darren's giving away. Sorry, guys. Darren giving away the handicap. Yeah, Darren, you're giving away. Sorry.
All right, good to go now. Henry Henman to serve. Darren owing quarter 50.
First game, level.
Good start from the Morton professional.
Okay, it's worse than the second gallery.
Interesting battle beckons. Darren was good on this court 2 months ago. That's just made it across the stroke line. Had it covered, ball threatening to go into the second gallery. Bounced a little low, gave him the option off the battery wall to hit Tamber and was not going to miss. Not up. Henry Henman will go down at the first change of ends with the advantage in the game. Interesting start. Henman mostly sticking to his sidewall. I suspect we might see Darren on the railroad. This time last year he served exclusively railroads on both the first and second serves.
From the second gallery.
So we'll see it again tonight. Defender has galleries. As it happens, Darren hits Bando high. Could have gone anywhere. Lucky did not hit Henry in the head.
Okay, so line.
We're looking good from Darren so far. It's kept low. I think one of the things, we haven't seen too many railroads tonight, but we saw them plenty last night. If you get them nice and low on that back wall, they really do not pick up at all. If you get them short on the floor, they're going to spin violently. But if you hit them long, they're going to be out into the hazards, and that's the risk that you're potentially dealing with. Chase the line. Henry Henman looking for the first game.
Server, first game.
Just fractionally low from long, finds the top of the net tape. First game, Henry Henman. Fairly aggressive rallies being played up by both players right now.
30 love.
Those are the kind of errors Darren can ill afford to give away. Fortunate to not concede the hazard chase, but couldn't capitalise on his position up the court. Darren putting it behind him and scrambling back, couldn't get the ball over the net. First grill of the match to Henry Henman.
40-15. Gallery, 40-15.
Did you see Craig, huh?
Henman will trod back down to the hazard end, again with a game point in hand.
(40-15) receiver.
Quick
Chase
match
the
so
second
far,
gallery.
ball really zipping about.
Okay. 30-40.
A few too many of those straight forces going up on the penthouse for Henman. He needs to really pull that back down a little bit. Still on the railroads for Darren. That's a better result from Henman.
Game receiver, 2 games to love.
Strikes his first, dead on.
Got it in love. Okay, 1 and 2.
Down again, that backhand
Up.
side, the ball's really stayed low out of the nick. Match so far.
15 all.
Henman's looking for it again. Can't find it that time.
No, worse than a yard. 2 chases, 1 and 2, and worse than a yard.
Start for
15 all.
Henry Henman. 2 love up in no time at all. Gets to go down the service end with 2 short chases to defend. Looking strong out here as
15 all. First chase is 1 and 2.
Darren just a couple of unforced errors
1 and 2.
holding him back right now. 1 and 2 the first chase.
Lost it.
Great demi PK for a 1 and 2.
20-15 chase worse than a yard.
Clipped the penthouse a second time. Had Darren backpedaling, unable to control the ball to beat the short chase. Another short chase coming up. And Darren, from his toes, slots the ball into the dead on. Henman calling that ball down on himself. Better than 2 the chase. Henman needed to do more with that ball straight down the middle of the court. He ends up getting the double-handed volley on it, but just puts it straight back down the middle again. Easy for Long to pick up and start pressuring that backhand side once again. Volley before, full stretch on the forehand side. That needed to be the winner, but slight mis-execution. Darren
lost it.
The chase, better than 2 loss, second gallery to come. Darren's framed it over. Henry full speed across there, gets to it but can't put it over the net. Darren on the board. This is the 0-15 game. Every 4th game starting at 0-15. Darren immediately wipes away the deficit with a grill.
Okay, 7-4.
Thick burst from Henman gets him the chase. Putting one in the bank for later. Henman's really looking to push Long side to side at the moment. quite get hold of that one. Danger of side-to-side plays can become a bit predictable. Serves loose. And an ace. That's a bit fortunate for Darren.
30-15.
Henry can do nothing but smile at it. Rally that was.
40-15.
Darren Long pushing and pushing and pushing. Henry having all the answers time and time again until right at the end, a volley into the net. Darren Long with a chance to level at 2-all. They've been down 2-love with 2 short chases against him.
(40-15) receiver, chase better than 4.
Henry's return of serve has been quite aggressive. It works, when it doesn't, it doesn't. That's that one go. Had to pay the other ones. Great retrieval from the corners from Henman. Darren Long
game receiver
takes the second game. 2 games all here at the Oratory School.
Love. Henman's got to find a way to control that aggression, either pull it back ever so slightly or make sure he's fully in command of it and take those shots. 15-all.
At the moment, he's just giving away a few too many easy ones. Big finish from Darren, straight back down the line on backhand. Back-to-back dead-ons for Darren Long.
40-15.
Signature shot for him. Loose serve. Darren goes again, this time picks off last gallery. Henman needs to do better on his time at the service end than that.
We jotted down 2 games all 40-15. I played a smart shot.
40-15, server leads.
40-15 up.
Chase the last gallery. Game server, 3 games to 2.
So Darren Long 3 games in a row.
$15 love. $30 love.
Henman responds to Long's grill with a dead on of his own.
$40-15. Chase, 2 yards.
Cut it off.
40-15.
So, Darren Long going down the hazard end, looking for 4-2. Fourth game on the bounce.
40-15. Receiver, chase 2.
Work to do for Henman. Can let that one go.
Worse than 2. 30-40. All up. Thanks, Henry.
What's he going to do with his time at the service end this time? Last time, a few too many onto that back wall or onto the back penthouse. Can he keep it under control? Serve was long, gave Darren the option for the force. Henry not able to control it.
4 games to 2.
And Darren with the put away into the dead on again. 4 games in a row for the more moral professional.
15 love.
Great find from Henry.
Love.
Spitting out low from the back wall. Puts it just over the low part of the net. Wow. Darren on the push, but Henry finds the finish.
40 love. Okay, it's better than second gallery, 40 love.
Henry's serving hasn't been the greatest so far in the last few games. Pushing it a little bit long. Giving Long just something to work with off the back wall.
$40 love. Receiver chase better than second gallery.
Can't give a player like Long so many balls down the middle of the court. He's lapping them up. Tickles over off the top part of the net. I do like the amount of positivity that Henry's brought to this game, but it's not tempered, it's not controlled.
15-40, server leads. Chase better than the door.
It only works if you're actually going to produce the winners, not easy balls down the middle. Loose serves like that. It's got to chase off though. Darren Long teapotting down the other end of the court. Hit with so much topspin, it's gone out to chase off at better than the door. Not often you see a chase off there.
$30-40.
That poor serving continuing. Long really taking advantage of it. probably had that covered, but the pick up off the top of the net tape had him just hold back half a step.
Makes no odds.
Still got game point for
30-40,
3-4, but
receiver chase better than 5.
work to do. Better than 5. Darren Long on the railroad. Tight railroad, sticks to the sidewall, gives Henry nothing to work with. 40-all game points in the 7th game. Henry looking down the line, finds the high part of the net. Darren Long up 5-2, and we are with the handicap once again. 0-15 love. Oh, it's getting a bit erratic from Henman now. Searching for answers, they're not coming. The head might be one of them. Railroad was long, but it stuck to the sidewall. Henry finding the dead on. Great shot from there.
$30 love.
Best game for Henry Henman for quite some time. Managed to execute on some of those riskier balls. That one looking for the dead on, misses it low, out for a chase.
2 chases, $30 love.
Long's advantage in this match really has come from his consistency. It's been a high frenetic pace from both players all the way through. But Long has had the execution where Henman has not.
First chase is worse than a yard.
Still very much a chance for the set. 30 love. Short chase coming up. And a very loose serve gave Darren Long
chase a yard better than second gallery.
Out of the court in the end. This for 3-5.
Oh.
Somewhat surprised given how much Henry plays here and how much the court favours a railroad. He's not developed more of one. Still points for 3-5. Drag serve. Serve was long again. Darren straight on the force. Henman scooping back but unable to deal with it on the second attempt. That brings up set point for Darren Long.
You got that ball, Henry. Thank you.
Having been 2 love down at this point for the first set. Game point, no juices in handicap tennis.
There's the last gallery, 40-all.
High ball into the last gallery. Still set point to Darren Long.
$40-all 1 point. Chase the last gallery.
Last gallery. Set point. Fantastic shot by Henry Henman to defend set point. Takes the game in the process.
3 games to 5.
Pushes out to 3-5.
Better than half you are.
Groans from the ground as Henry calls it has a better than half.
No 15 off. Time. Call up, Darren, please. One chest. Chase, 1 and 2. 2 chases.
Good result from Henman there, really under the pump now.
15 love.
Already saved a set point. Has to make the most of this period at the service, and Darren's still got plenty of buffer to work with.
Really?
15 love. Receiver leads. First chase is Hazard, better than half a yard.
Hazard chase coming up. Railroad from Henman. Onto the back penthouse again. Ball in the middle of the court for Darren to force.
1 and 2.
Finally a decent serve from Henman, but wasted on a 1 and 2 chase.
Oh, it's on the edge.
Hit the edge on the way up, says Tom Durack. Fortunate for Henman because that was another poor serve.
Gallery. On chase, 15-30.
Darren Long so much room to do whatever he likes on the return.
Double fault.
Double fault called.
40-15, chase the last
Again,
gallery.
hit the bando on the way up, says Tom Durack, and brings up another 3 set points to Darren Long.
Come on, Darren, make use of it. We'll play, Darren.
40-15.
Set point, Darren Long. Chase the last gallery coming up. Oh, had other choices there. It was looking like it might fall flush. Tried to take it on the volley. Perhaps could have let it go around him and played the backhand. Would have gone right into the back wall. Still set. And that's the set. Darren Long takes it. Henry smacks his shoe with his racket. Having trailed 2-love early on, Darren Long cut out the unforced errors and really pushed home strong, playing positive, aggressive but measured tennis as opposed to the chaos that Henry Henman was unleashing at the other end. Short break here between the sets. Let's have a look at the stats. Plenty of target hitting for Darren Long. That serves 1 percentage mile high right now. Henman on that return is just too erratic. Darren Long begins the second set with a winning gallery. his first of the tournament. Goes for it a second time as well. Not sure there's ever been a set with only winning galleries. Darren Long's on for one here. 22 to go. Fault off the long railroad.
Ball, get over there, Tubby.
Henman's been looking to hit that particular ball a lot. It's just been not struck as sweet as he'd like. And a fantastic serve from Darren Long on the railroad, getting it nice and low, sticking to that side wall. Lots of work for Henman to do to stay in this match. Stranger things have happened on the tennis court before, though. Especially in the last 48 hours. The matches yesterday were all very strange results. Strange results down in Melbourne at the Victorian Open as well. Henman's not out of this match at all. But he is if he's going to serve like that. Onto the back penthouse again. Darren Long takes the game.
Receive our first game, second set.
To be serving poorly is one thing, but to be serving poorly on your own court is quite unforgivable.
Last gallery.
If you think that your home court is the place where you practice your serves the most, you know exactly where to land the ball, but it's not been coming off the strings well for Henry tonight. Another one off the back penthouse, helped a little bit by the fact that it was so dead on the high serves. Let's use this opportunity to see some of the target stats for the week. Lewis Gordon leading the way at 12 dead-ons to his name.
No strokes, first chase, last gallery.
Grills led by Nino Marola. Last gallery, the chase. Henry finally gets one away.
15 love. Chase the first gallery. First gallery.
Darren Long wincing in a bit of pain. Now it's his turn to serve loose. Henman's going to easily mop that up into last gallery to beat the first gallery.
Out court. 40 love.
Darren's been in this position so many times before in his career. He knows how to let and weather this passage of play from Henman. Refocus on his own game once again. Henman on the board in the second set, 1-1.
Chase the line.
Henman hitting chase the line, helped by the fact that the line post is recessed here at the Oratory School.
Well. Got that ball down. Okay. Chase works from 5. 2 chases. No strokes. The line and worse than 5. Time out. Yeah, okay. Injury time out for Darren Long.
Darren Long taking an injury timeout here. Just from that ball before where he was diving into the forehand corner. I think he just pulled up a little bit lame. I'm not sure he tweaked anything in particular. Henman putting his sweater back on to stay warm. Second injury timeout of the evening. We saw Lewis Gordon take a 5-minute timeout after he copped a ball to the face.
Okay.
So let's continue looking at some of these stats so far. Claire Fate, the most dominant player in the tournament, winning 61% of her points. Just ahead of Nino Marola. There you go. Lewis Gordon, best at the service end, well up at 73% against a capitulating Craig Greenhouse. And winning galleries, 3 to Gordon, 2 for Long, 1 to Mackenzie. Still in the timeout for Darren Long, taking that injury timeout. Should be back underway shortly.
Got 2 minutes, Darren. Two
minutes remaining on the timeout.
Still got just over 2 minutes.
Sorry, dinner time. There we go. I should be able to get through my match tomorrow. I have one more.
Yeah, I think he might have just pulled up a little bit lame on that hamstring, stretching out on that forehand side. Doesn't look all that happy. This is the only injury timeout he can use for it. No, it's his ankle is rolling out. I'm not sure I saw or was in a position to see exactly what had happened. Hopefully he can carry on okay. It's in a fair bit of pain. Well, we'll have to carry on.
Okay, no strokes. First chase is the line.
So back underway. Henry to serve, chase the line. We'll see what Darren does in response. Great, well-constructed point from Darren Long on chase the line. Tight serve from Henman, boasted very thick. Gets the result in the end. Severe cut from Darren Long, playing the chase worse than 5. Again, gets the result in the end.
One of
the peculiarities of this tournament is there's still a week between matches. So it gives you that bit more impetus to push on. Not like in an open event where you have to back up and play the next day, day after day.
0-15.
So would love to push on these last 4 games to victory as soon as possible. Get home and get that niggle arrested up. 0-15 game, 0 handicaps in place for this particular encounter. Rare missed force from Darren Long gives Henry the put away. And for the first of the handicap games, he's gone up 15-0-15.
Out court.
Tries to header the ball over the net, having gone out of court. And not sure that's the smartest move to do with these heavy cork balls.
Stop. Second gallery. 30-0-15, one chase.
Another big force from Darren Long.
Love 30.
Hit plenty of those tonight.
Henman's
serving continues to be problematic.
Chase. 3 yards.
Just doesn't set him up for a good point.
We need some balls, please, gents. Thank you.
Because Darren's being given so many balls in open space, Henry's not able to get his serve to be tight to the walls or the nick or the floor or anything like that. Darren pretty much has a free swing at every return of serve, and a player of his caliber just isn't going to miss that many balls onto the penthouse.
Very good.
Keep going, Darren, if you can.
15-30, receiver leads. First chase is second gallery. Second gallery.
Good news for Darren Long is he's not hobbling around the court. He's not visibly impacted by that injury. Here it might be an ankle injury. Options here for Henman.
All up there, please. 40-15. Chase.
The second
3.
gallery wins the chase. Chase 3 pending.
40. You were 30-0-15 up, Henry.
Should have been 30 all.
Chase 3 yards.
Henman launches another one into space.
Off the chase.
On a chase 3.
40.
Keeps Darren alive.
Right. 2.
Darren can't quite believe the call. Call was down. He'll let his displeasure be known, but there's no going back on the call. Worse than 2. Henman looking to bring this set back to 2-all.
30-40 server. Chase worse than 2.
Worse than 2 the chase. Long looking to beat it on the floor, but Henry gets the roller out of the back wall. 2-all here in the second set.
Sorry. 15 love. Nice, better than 3.
Henman finds the grill
30 love.
as he establishes a narrow lead in the second set. So far out of position there, Henry Henman. Darren hit the ball straight back to him.
$40-15, Chase better than 3.
I did say, it's a great friend of mine, Steve McKechnie, for an hour and a half at Harvard, and then I went and played non-stop for a couple of hours, double season press. And then a friend of mine in his nursing home.
40-15 receiver, Chase better than 3.
A lovely day.
Can't beat the chase.
30-40.
Darren stays alive in the game.
Ball, yeah. Second serve.
First ball called a fault. Second serve, Darren Long. Second serve, Railroad coming up. Oh, what a shot, Darren Long. Periscope volley into the grill.
1 point.
Game point for 3-2, either way. Henry Henman takes it.
Game receiver, 3 games to 2.
Pushes into the lead in the second set.
Love. $30 love. Nice. 1 yard.
Ever since that injury timeout, Darren just hasn't looked quite the same player. Henman sensing blood. He's controlled his play a lot better since then as well.
Last gallery, 2 chases, 30 love, a yard, and the last gallery.
Not spraying quite so much onto the back penthouse, not giving Darren quite so many balls in space. You can sense that his movements, you can see he's twisting his ankle around about there. Henman senses that Darren's movement isn't what it could be.
30 love, server leads. First chase is a
Looking
yard.
to push him around as much as possible. That's led him to be playing better tennis himself. 30 love. Chase a yard. Darren lines up for it. Second attempt is high.
Last chase. 40 love. Chase the last gallery.
This for 4-2.
15-40. $30-40.
Henman, 4 games to 2 it up.
Game server, 4 games to 2.
Fired up. Gives Darren a little bit of a stare down.
You stay still in the middle, guys, sorry. Thank you.
Bit of disturbance in the side galleries.
Yeah, it's better than the last gallery. Second gallery, 2 chases, no strokes. Better than last on the second gallery.
Just wonder if this ankle injury for Darren Long persists and he doesn't pick up the next 2 games. Is he going to want to push on through the 3rd set, or is he going to want to save his ankle for future endeavours in Newport at the US Pro?
No strokes, first chase. Better than the last gallery.
Fantastic response to the tight railroad from Henry Henman, finding the lowest part of the net.
Gallery.
Beats the chase, 2nd gallery to follow.
Stop. Love.
Great response from Henry Henman here. Turning the match around.
Gallery. 30 love.
Last few games he's not been putting balls on the penthouse. He's not been playing his rash shots. He's been serving better, pushing long into the corners. It just ends up being better tennis. Great pick off the timbre, double-handed from Henry Henman. Controlling the ball down onto that backhand corner. Darren Long still looks in a fair bit of discomfort.
Did you ever, I think I played there the other day without one.
40 love server. Chase the last gallery.
Last gallery the chase. This for 5-2 lead. Open ball in the middle of the court. Henry Henman, double-handed backhand winner. 5-2 up in the 2nd set.
15-0-15. Love 15.
Now, if Darren has any thoughts on retirement, he should do it after this point if he loses it. Great control from Henry Henman. Brings up
40 love.
4 set points for the second set. And Henry Henman takes the set.
Second set. Server 6 games to 2.
Great turnaround from
settle.
him. Darren Long looks like he's going to push on into a third.
Double. Second gallery. Up.
Great find of the dead on from Darren Long, keeping his hopes alive as much as he can. Hasn't looked the same since that ball down the forehand side that looked relatively innocuous, but something to his ankle and his confidence.
The last 2 cases. 15 all. Second gallery worse than last gallery.
Just to explain what I mean about the retirement, if you retire when you're set point down, your handicap only penalises you the remainder of that set, whereas if you retire having completed the set or started the next set, you'll get penalised a whole set's worth of games on your handicap. You can very easily turn a small loss into a big loss on handicap. So if you're going to retire a match, retire at set point down.
30-15. Chase worse than the last gallery. 30-15. Worse than last.
Worse than last to follow. Missed it on the first attempt. Connected on the second, but put it straight into the net. 30 all in the first game of the third set.
$40-30. Face the door, 40-30.
So let's see the stats from the second set. .1 for Henry Henman. Very efficient. We can go more than he needed to win.
All 1 point.
Another dead on in the bank. Sets up a game of points. Looking to go straight. Twice hits the dead on again.
First game, final set.
Back-to-back dead ons gives Darren Long the advantage in the final set.
15 love.
Feels like pretty much all he's got left now.
Thanks, Darren.
Henry will take his time, regain his composure.
15 love, serve leads. Chase, George.
Serving still not
One chase.
at the level that he would like.
Love.
Maybe he's not happy with that racket, trying to give it a bit of a stiffness test.
Forty love chase the door.
Henman again finds the finish. 40 love as he goes down to the hazard end once more. Last set of the first round of matches here at the Moore Family Office Spring Challenge.
40 love.
The
Receiver.
final matches
Chase the
to
door.
kick off next Wednesday. Now it's Henman's turn to roll in the dead-ons.
Okay. One game more.
5 games remaining for either player in this set. Rare loose serve from Darren. Henry not quite able to punish it and then suffers from the backwall nick from Darren.
Okay, it's worse than 4. Okay. 15 all. Fifteen.
Come on now.
Darren just looking a little bit desperate. Henman smelling blood. Wants that place in the next round.
Right.
That
40-15.
backhand back wall proving really difficult for the players to read tonight and last night. Relatively innocuous balls going in there and never coming out again. Henry Henman looking for a 2-1 lead.
Worse than 4.
That goes in. 2-1.
Chase. Game 2 games to 1. 0-15.
Loses the chase. This is the 0-15 game. Playing 0-15 here at the Moore Family Office Spring Challenge.
Lovell.
Raises the handicap, then
Green
a
love.
pretty poor error on the return of serve. Gives the advantage right back to Henman. Plenty of heat coming from Darren Long.
30 love.
Henman takes an exhale of breath as he controls both of those fast-paced shots onto the timbre.
Last gallery. 30 love, 1 chase.
Finds the last gallery.
Love chase.
Difficult ball under the grill. Took it a bit of the sidewall going into it. Henman looking for a 3-1 lead in the third set, having pretty much looked completely out of it by the end of the first. Great recovery from him. That 5-minute timeout from that ankle issue from Long really proving the turning point in the match.
15-14.
Tight serve, poor miss from Henman. Another poor miss. Got to do better than that. Darren Long on the railroad.
Okay. 3 games to 1. Ended it, I think.
Looking a bit dejected now, the Morton Morrill head pro. I think he knows how this match is going to finish, but he'll fight to the end.
Out of court.
Henman saying that ball's supposed to go straight in the dead on, straight along that line, and he's lifted it up. Talks to himself a lot when he's on court, Henry Henman. Lovely shot from Henman, shaping up to go last gallery side, and very late pulls it down to the forehand for a very short chase. Again, Henman taking advantage of Darren Long out of position. Doesn't look great.
2 cases. 30-15, better than 2 and 1 and 2.
Darren, that ankle still proving problematic. Not the sight you want to see.
30-15, serve leads. Chase better than 2.
Better than 2. Great find from Henman. Darren not bothering to run anymore. This could all cascade quickly. Here's the 1 and 2 chase. Ducks out of the way as the ball ricochets off the bando. Out for worse than last chase. Crucially puts last gallery in play. Just look at the body language between these two players.
30-40, receiver leads. Chase more than a yard worse than the last.
Darren Long fighting hard, but it's Henry Henman in the ascendancy. So 40 all, game point. Darren Long still alive, just. So Darren Long takes the game.
Game server, 2 games
All
3.
out of it. He still stays alive.
Well,
But for how much longer? He's hitting the ball well. I think.
Yeah, that's good, Darren.
Henman can't afford to give him easy ones.
15-all.
Bit of a let off there from Darren Long. Good angles from Henman on that shot. Would have liked to have seen the ball sail into the dead on at the end of it. Has to settle for a chase. And a very good serve from Darren Long on the railroad once again. He's hit it well all night.
Chase a yard worse in the last gallery.
All of a sudden, Darren Long has points to go 3-all. Back at 3-1, he looked completely out of it.
.40-15 receiver. Chase a yard worse than the last gallery.
Still staying alive. Yard worse than last for 3-all. 'All. So Darren Long goes up 3-all. Henman had his chances there, hit the outer border of the grill. Darren pressuring Henman down that forehand side. 3 games to decide the match. The next game has the handicap advantage to Henman, which will be the last time we see that in the match. 3-all, Henman to serve. Just short on the roof. Otherwise, it looked like one of his better serves of the night.
Yeah, it's half yard worse than the last.
Henman gets lucky with that one as Long sends that one for the stars. Having battled so hard to get to 3-all, Darren Long can't afford to throw it away. Somehow pushes that into the last gallery.
Half yard worse than the last and the last gallery.
Plenty of work to do. 2 mid-length chases to defend.
30 love, receiver. First chase is half yard worse than the last gallery.
fantastic angles that Darren Long created there.
15-30. Chase the last gallery.
Never gave Henman the option to hit the last gallery. Again, that backhand wall causing issues. Points for 4-3 to Henman. He'll get a look at the second serve railroad.
Okay, so that's the 5.
Bit of rackets play out there. Henman's still not happy with his racket. And there it goes. We'll need a new one of those. Claire Fay limited edition racket snapped at the head. Not quite
40-15 server.
caliber or the reputation of player that you can sell it on eBay and make a pretty penny. Henman still can't find the grill. Darren Long fighting harder and harder. Henman's having to work for every point right now. There we go, takes the game with the winning gallery.
Game server.
Small little fist pump to himself as well. 4-3 up the local pro as he seeks progression to the quarterfinals to play Jack Josephs.
Half gallery.
That one sneaks into the last gallery.
One chase. No strokes.
He controlled the first one so well, put it into Darren's forehand side, but Moral Pro quick enough to get across. And Henman making the error as he tried to redirect it into the grill. So the last of the handicaps for the night have been dealt with. It is all level from here as the players collect up the balls. Also probably for the last time tonight. Quick reminder of where we stand. Winner of this to go into play Jack Josephs in the quarterfinals. All the quarterfinals do take place next week, Wednesday and Thursday. If you're free, come down to the Oratory. Your ticket will last the entire tournament. Food and drinks complimentary of More Family Office.
Great. Brilliant.
Set for a big finish to this match.
Lovell, first chase, last gallery. Last gallery.
Last gallery, the chase.
Darren, cut it off.
Just can't quite get it over the net.
Yes, please, thank you. 15 love. Chase better than 2.
Henman with the advantage again.
Better than 2.
Better than 2 to come. As Darren looks to find the last few points that he needs. Fantastic cut volley from Henry Henman. Beats the chase. Darren can only scoop it into the net. 30 love up.
40 love.
As Henman is strung together some of the best returns of serves he's hit of the match. 40 love up. Once again missing that dead on high.
15-40.
Just not sure it's the right play. He's not getting enough percentage out of it.
Out of court.
Better option for Henman. Off that wide ball, pushing it down into the backhand corner. He goes up 5-3. 1 game away from a Moore Family Office Spring Challenge quarterfinal.
15 love.
And a change up on the serve from Darren. Really wrong foots Henry onto the sidewalls now. Under onto the sidewalls. Finds his 3rd winning gallery of the night. Very clean hit, make the bells ring.
Okay, it's better than 2nd gallery. 30 love.
Henman will see the serve again shortly.
There's the line. 1st gallery, thank you.
Bouncing up into 1st gallery, having hit the ledge. Henman to come down the service end. Last roll of the dice from Darren Long as he looks
30 love.
to win the next 3
See
games.
the lead. First chase is better than
Henman
2nd
expecting
gallery.
his racket. Cannot hit a railroad tonight.
40 love. Chase the 1st gallery. Great serve. 15-40.
Henman shakes his head at the call of great serve from the dead on. Finally hits the grill. It's been a long time coming for Henry Henman.
30-40.
Big drought between his 3rd and 4th. Controls it well to bring up match point.
40 all, 1 point.
Henry Henman does it.
Game, set, and the match.
He takes the match in the 3rd set, having been all at sea in the 2nd. 6-3, 2-6, 3-6. He moves on to face Jack Josephs in the next round. Look back at the match, hour and a half in it for all 3 sets. And Henman pulling ahead on the points won, despite the fact that he's been the one receiving the handicap. Not the first time we've seen that this tournament. A whopping 13 dead-ons from Darren Long. Not enough in the end to take victory. So Henman moves on to Josephs. And we will be back at the Oratory next Wednesday night for the quarterfinals. First on at 5 o'clock, we'll have Claire Fay and Lewis Gordon. Then at 7 o'clock, Henry Henman and Jack Josephs. Do come down to join us at the Oratory or here on the T&RA Media. From all of us here, we hope you have a good weekend. My name's been Ken Gatenbeek. Goodbye.